Today we're going to be creating the painting of our tempera paint onto our canvas board. We are going to be using tempera paint. Tempera is much like acrylic in that it dries fast, and this will be a nice paint for us to use today. The way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be using the back of a pencil, and we're going to dip it in the paint, and then we're going to test it a few times onto our paint palette, and then we're going to start to stamp it onto our board. And just because it starts to run out of paint, as you see here, it's starting to run out of paint, doesn't mean that we stop. We still want to have different variations of blue. So we want to have some that are very dark blue, like right here, and some that are lighter blue of the way it looks when it starts to run out. Now, if you have a very light blue sky, then we could mix in some white paint. You see that I've done some of that here, but I still have several variations of blue in here. I have some darker blues, I have some lighter blues. The clouds in this particular painting were kind of a peach color due to the sunset, and so I added that in there. And I might show you how to do that, but I'm gonna stick with the white clouds for now. And you can see the sun goes from a white to a yellow to a peach to an orange. Same with down here at the grass. I have different browns and greens in here, and even with the trees, and the same with the building. So I have several different variations of the same color to create all of my piece. This is called pointillism. George Seurat is the artist that we are looking at. And here in my painting, I am going around my clouds, creating the clouds to become white. I may decide to go back in and add a sunset if I want to show you how to do that, but today we're going to be focusing on the blue. And you can see how I'm letting the paint completely run out, creating all of these dots, even though I don't have much paint left on here. I don't have to dip it back in the main part of my paint every time. I can dip it back in some of these that I've already tested, and that way it'll give me a quicker light look. This will take quite a bit of time. We're going to try to finish the sky today, just the sky part or the blue part of your paintings. You might have a blue water, and that would be good to get done today as well, but we're going to focus on everything that's blue in our picture. Notice that I have my three primary colors, my yellow, blue, and red. Those are three primary colors in art because your primary colors can make all the other colors. I also have black and white, which are my neutral colors. None of my three primary colors can make white. It could be possible to make black because black does consist of all the colors in paint, but that's not necessarily would work with the paints that I have here. I couldn't make black with the paints that I have here. I'd need a more concentrated pigment. So I have a black and then my three primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. If I was to mix blue with yellow, it would make green. If I was to mix yellow with my red, it would make orange. If I was to mix blue with my red, it would make a purple. And each of these colors can be lightened up using a white. But if I was to take red and white, it would make a pink. So a lighter shade of red is pink, or a lighter tint. Tint is when it gets lighter, shade is when it gets darker. So you can see how I am getting around each of these clouds. Okay, you do your sky and finish up there. If you just have a blue sky, I want you to go ahead and finish your sky up here. Now, if you have a sunset in your sky, let me go ahead and show you how to do that. So if you just have blue, go ahead and start painting. But if you have a sunset picture, then let's go ahead and look at how we did this. So I'm going to start off by wiping off my eraser using a paper towel, getting all the blue off. Then I'm going to use just pure white to start with, and I'm not going to do much of that. I'm going to put my sunset right here. And you can't really see that white because, well, it's white on white. And then I'm going to go in with a yellow, and I am actually going to mix some white into my first set of yellow. So I'm going to wipe off my paint knife, my palette knife, and I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to mix it in by pressing down that white into that yellow, creating a light yellow. That's going to be the first yellow I go in with, and then I'll go in with a pure yellow after that. And then I'll start to go in with an orange and then a peach. So let's take that yellow. And I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go around in a circle. I'm not going to get where this is here, where it's going behind the tree. I'm going to leave that behind that tree. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with some orange here, and then I'll make my peach. So I'm going to take just a little bit of red and mix it into that yellow. So yellow is a weak color, which means that it takes a lot of yellow and just a little bit of red. I use my paint knife, my palette knife, to pull that back to the middle. Okay, now I have a nice soft orange here, and I think that looks good. You can always add white or a little bit of this pink to make it more peachy, but for now I'm going to stick with this light orange. And typically you'll see some pinks as well in a sunset. That happens. So the sunset takes a lot more work, but it looks nice when we're done. So you can see how it's just radiating out. I'm going to stay behind this cloud here. Okay, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make more of a peach color using some of this pink, maybe even a little bit more white. I'll use this, this, and this to get the color that I'm wanting. Move on to that lighter pink color. And then finally this pink here, that's pretty strong pink. Okay, that's gonna be my sky.